Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, Executive Editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Fabulous Concert Programs, number 110, concert programs you will never see live, but which you can enjoy in the comfort and privacy of your own home. And this is number 3 in our cycle of Glazunov symphonies. Now, the third symphony is Glazunov's most ambitious in terms of size, and it plays from anywhere from 45 to 50 minutes on average. It's in 4 big movements. It's juicy stuff. And, Glazunov is one of those composers who, because nobody knows him very well, and because his style was rather conservative, was generally considered to have never developed or evolved as a composer. But it's not true. He did, and the Third Symphony begins to show evidence of this, not only in its size and scope and its ambition, but also in the way that he scored, the way that he wrote for instruments. He was a master at orchestration from the age of 16 when he wrote his first symphony. But the third has some lovely features that no other symphonies of his shared to the same degree, and which begin to reveal his love of rich, textured, very upholstered sound. Now, some people don't like that. Most people do. Most people love rich, romantic, luscious, upholstered sound. He begins to divide his string sections, in the way Richard Strauss sort of did, lots of divided strings, which adds for extra richness in the texture. Also, the scherzo of this particular symphony has a delightful part for glockenspiel, a very extensive part for glockenspiel, which gives the whole piece a very special character. I mean, glockenspiels, believe it or not, did not turn up in symphonies all that frequently, especially in the 1880s and 1890s. Mahler started using them, a few other people, but basically it was not considered a symphonic instrument. It was more of a ballet instrument, which of course Glazunov did marvelously, or something from the theater. And so bringing that into the symphony was a bit of an eyebrow-raising choice. And then in the slow movement, one of the oboes is replaced throughout by the English horn, which gives the whole movement a more plaintive character, a more nostalgic character. I mean, there are subtle touches. He's not the kind of composer who's going to stick it in your face, but if you pay attention, if you listen to what he's doing, and he was a chord guy, not a line guy. In other words, he loved vertical sonority, texture, color, that kind of stuff. You'll see that the third represents an enlargement of his musical scope as compared to the first 2 symphonies, which are both lovely works, don't get me wrong. But the third is as big as he got lengthwise, and he understood that if you were going to write long, then you had to do something that was going to pass the time pleasantly. So he enriches the color. I mean, he knew what he was doing. That's my point. So that's what we're going to hear after the intermission. The first half features works by 2 of Glazunov's students. First, Prokofiev, who actually enrolled at the St. Petersburg Conservatory at Glazunov's suggestion and behest. Glazunov didn't like Prokofiev's music. He didn't like Shostakovich's music, who also features in this program particularly. Like I said, he was a conservative, but he was also an inspirational teacher, apparently, or at least one who was so lazy he didn't care what his pupils did. There are arguments on both sides. But Prokofiev was a mischievous student. He really was a bête noire of the conservatives, and his suite from The Love for 3 Oranges is a wonderful work that shows everything that Glazunov would have objected to, and its acerbic harmonies and bright tinsely orchestration, and it's wonderful. And it doesn't get played. I mean, we know the march, right? Everybody knows the march. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. The march everybody knows, and the scherzo sometimes. But the whole suite, which isn't very long, I mean, it's 15, 20 minutes maybe at the most, is delightful. So let's start with that. I mean, it really is a wonderful concert opener. And for the concerto, let's do Shostakovich's Second Piano Concerto. And the reason is because, well, it's one of Shostakovich's easy listening pieces. It's what he wrote when he was in faux Glazunov style, you might call it, especially the slow movement, which has that warm bath romanticism that Glazunov did so beautifully, really beautifully, and which Shostakovich emulated when he wanted to be easier on his audience. He wrote this concerto, remember, for his son, and Shostakovich referred to it rather disparagingly in his memoirs, but it's a lovely work that everybody enjoys, tons and tons of fun, and it makes a wonderful foil to the Glazunov on the second half of the program. So there you have it, my friends. Enjoy this program in your home or somewhere, or download it or do something. You'll find it, I think, extremely entertaining. So keep on listening and take care.